Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Jasmine Pritchard, and so I am streaming today from San Francisco, and I'm super excited because I'm going to be getting to spend some time with three awesome people known as Bandits on the Run. But first, I want to see who's all with me today. So, how about let's get some comments. Where are you guys streaming from? I want to see. Also, I have one thing to talk about first, a housekeeping bit, if you will. Okay, so we created this Facebook group, An Afternoon with Bandits on the Run, so that we could enjoy everyone's company and get to talk with people beforehand. But there's one caveat that StreamYard, which I'm using to broadcast this, has. And so I want to, if you are watching from Facebook and if you are joined from the An Afternoon with Bandits on the Run, can you please go to streamyard.com/Facebook and allow access, because if you do, when you write a comment, I can put it on screen. If you don't want to give access, that's fine too, but your name will be Facebook user, and you can do that. But if you do, just put dash, like I'm asking this question, dash Jasmine, and it's important that you put your name because of a surprise I have coming for you later. Okay, so streamyard.com/Facebook. Okay, so I'm getting in some comments. Chico, Salt Lake City, Wisconsin, nice. Houston, Austin, here from Atlanta. Great to see you too. But so, okay, that's an example. It says, hi, Jasmine, here from Atlanta. Great to see you. But it's a Facebook user, and I'm sure I'm glad to see you too, but I really would like to see who I'm actually glad to see, if that makes sense. Okay, so again, my name is Jasmine Pritchard, and I run a small company called SongRise Studios based out of San Francisco, California. My main thing as of late is that I teach voice lessons. I also put on showcases. Since the pandemic, it's been virtual showcases, and so it's always nice to be able to continue the music even when we cannot see each other in person. But prior to the pandemic, I also hosted shows. I like to teach performers how to do social media management and self-promotion. And I always repeat this, I really like saying that I work in the music community as opposed to the music industry, because it is because of people like you who make this community what it is that gives me just the joy of my life, getting to be around musicians like Bandits on the Run and getting to know them in a more authentic way. Oh, Lori, that was you. Okay, so it was Lori from Atlanta. I really am glad to see you, Lori. Okay, so all right, live from Buffalo. Nice. Okay, so before I bring out Adrian and the Bandits on the Run, I want to, so yeah, okay, I'm seeing more people come with their names, so that's great. So okay, streamyard.com/Facebook. If you see anybody ask in the comments later, please just share that, because I'm going to take away this little banner right now and replace it with my name, because I want to make sure that you guys know me. And again, thanks for doing the extra stuff to join the group. And also, if you have friends, so this is kind of a last minute thing, so if you have friends and they are not on Facebook but you want them to watch, send them to the SongRise Studios YouTube page, because we'll also be streaming from there. I'll also be able to see their comments and stuff like that. All right, so housekeeping things are done. Housekeeping. I'm pretending that I'm having just like an afternoon tea with you guys. I don't know if you saw my last post, but I have a triple decker of snacks here. And for those of you asking if I will show the before and after, like what it looks like after this is done, no, it's none of your beeswax. It looks cute. I'm gonna eat it. Okay, but so the reason why I'm really excited to be able to bring this conversation with this band for you guys is because obviously, to the AVIC community that is tuning in. Adrian played Little Brother in the musical Swept Away, which was here in Berkeley from January through March. There was, well, we'll talk about it later, but there's tons of, there were tons of like postponements and pushbacks and stuff like that. So I actually didn't get to see, I was supposed to see it on February 2nd, and I didn't get to see it till February 20th. And then it was like a race to see how many times I could see it before it closed. Thankfully, it got extended one more time, and so I was able to see it a total of 3 times. But I got to chat with Adrian and a lot of the cast members after the play the first time I saw it. I was there with like a bunch of friends, and I was a little emboldened to talk to these people with amazing talent. And like I said, when I said that I like to work in the music community, I felt that community instantly with Adrian. And it wasn't even necessarily because of a conversation that he and I had. I was there with some friends, and he, one of my students who I teach singing to, is a 10-year-old girl named Sammy Harmon. She is the daughter of Katie and Corey Harmon from Utah, and they were in town to see the play, and they brought me with them, and I introduced Adrian to Sammy, and I was like, hey, Sammy is about to have her first solo. She's about to do like her first play and stuff at school. Can you give her some advice? And this man like just came off of like this really intense musical and could have said, you know, like, oh, like be yourself, good luck, break a leg, whatever. But he actually talked to her. He asked her about the play, about what part she did, asked her about the solo that she was doing. And that was just like so heartwarming to me. And to Sammy and to Lainey, her sister. And so we, that's all we could talk about for like the next couple weeks until I got to see it again. And we also bonded about Jim Avett stuff and his love of the Avett brothers. And so we're going to talk about all of that today. But I wanted to give you that background before I brought him on. But let's see, Adrian, are you ready? Okay, one sec. Hi.
Hello. I'm joining you for tea. It's actually coffee, but I'm drinking it in a tiny dinky tea glass. So
with the like pinky.
Yeah, exactly.
With the pinky up too. Well, I have an iced coffee here. It's one of my many beverages.
Oh my god, that's a hell of a mason jar. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, it's, I don't know. You guys are in the Catskills right now, correct?
Yes. So I'm here with my band, Bandits on the Run. They're going to be playing a little bit. Sydney and Regina are actually they're surrounding me. You can't see them yet.
Should we give them a peekaboo of
them?
Sure.
Or
should we? Okay.
Say hi?
Hold on. There you guys go.
They're a very attentive audience right now. So if you hear them laughing,
awesome.
You know where the mysterious laughter is now. So
all right.
We hadn't
Sneak
been
peek.
together for like I think 4 months. I mean, both of them had come to see the show while I was out in Berkeley. But we live in Brooklyn all together. Sydney and I are engaged. I have my little engagement ring. But we hadn't seen each other for like 4 months or played together. So we've been meaning to carve out some time to work on making some new songs because we've been in a release cycle for a long time. So we have some friends with a house up in the Catskills, and they very, very generously offered us to stay here for 10 days. So we've been here for the last 10 days. We have a window right here that's like overlooking a mountain, and I swear to God, everybody, it's like a different painting every day. It's like sometimes there's snow, sometimes it's rain, sometimes it's super windy and the trees are wrestling, and it's really beautiful up here. So that's where we are right now.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like writing in a cabin in the woods, but especially when you have your collaborators there and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, thank you for being here. Thank you to all of you for being here.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been so fun to see the comments and stuff on Facebook and all the interaction. I really feel the music community in this project and like making this little show and Q&A segment. And thank you, Jazz, for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. I told you guys, like, I couldn't sleep. I obviously filled my plate with baked goods because I'm like, oh, I'm just in for a chat with friends. This is a wonderful... No. Well, they were so thick, that's why I had to make them open face. But anyway, anyway, I'll send you the recipe. It's complicated. Um, no, but I really appreciate you guys being here, and I really like you guys. When I was telling Adrian, I was like, okay, so there's a lovely AVIT community, and I know that you've met some that have been to the play, but I need to explain to you how far like the reaches are. And this was I think like a month ago, and I still haven't I still haven't finished telling you about how far the reaches of this community is, because there's like so much going on. But yeah, so I have like a few questions for you just about the play, and I just really want to hear about your experience. And yeah, kind of like, because there's a lot of people that have not been able to see the play yet, but the hope is that it travels. The hope is that it goes to other cities, of course. But yeah, let's do a little getting to know one another, if you will.
Yeah. So I came onto the project. My audition was in 2019, December of 2019. Originally, the play was going to be at Berkeley Rep May of 2020, and we all know how that story ended, or continues to go on.
Yeah.
But the play itself had been in development for I think 5 years before that. It started with John Logan, our amazing writer, going to the AVITs, and like basically he had created this story, and that was all about kind of using the themes of their music to carve out these characters. So it's not about the AVITs, but it's really inspired by their lyrics, and all of the characters like saying these words and singing these words. It's totally justified. John Logan made an incredible script. But it started out with him going to their living room and like telling the entire story to them, and then being like, "Okay, let's do it." And so they've been doing a lot like workshops in New York for several years, and I was kind of the last to come to the process. And I it's funny because I actually, usually for plays you audition in person, but for some reason I auditioned via self-tape for this one, even though it was casting out in New York and I live in New York. I sent my tape in. I was
You were
really
ahead of the curve.
Yeah. But as an actor, you do a lot of tapes, and this was one that like I was like, oh my god, I would love to do this kind of project. I love the Ava brothers. We had all just watched May at Last, the Judd Apatow documentary.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah, how can you not love them after that?
I know.
Yeah.
And for us, it's like they're the inspiration for what a homegrown band should look like. They really they were totally grassroots about it. It's not like they had some major label swoop in and save the day. Like they've built everything from the ground up. So I idolize them. And so getting this audition, I was like, oh man, I'm starting to really feel things about this audition, which is dangerous when you're an actor, because you kind of have to be like, do the audition and then drop it. So I made the self-tape and I sent it in, and I did my best to forget about it. And then like it was coming up to like Christmas vacation, and it was like the day before everybody was leaving New York. I think Christmas was on a Friday and it was Wednesday. And I got a call that morning being like, hey, we just watched your tape. Could you come in for the callback later today? It's in 3 hours. And I was like, yeah, okay. They're like, there's new material and a new song. And I very hurriedly just like kind of crammed all the material. I remember the new song. I didn't hear about the new song until I got into the room. They're like, did you see the new song? It was Nothing Short of Thankful, which is a very good song. And I just remember singing that with Stark, and I don't know, it was just so Stark Sands plays my older brother. John Gallagher Jr. Plays the mate, and Wayne Duvall plays the captain. They're kind of the four principal characters, and it was just a really crazy experience to go into that room. And Johnny was there, and Stark was there, and actually Seth Avett was there in the room. And just to be kind of like, I think I showed up like a little bit like, okay, yeah, all right, cool. I was a little nervous, but just kind of like sat down and did it, and I think it went pretty well. I ended up getting
I would say.
And I'm so thankful to that because it's been such an amazing ride and process. You know, it was hard because it was constantly being put off and delayed for like
Yeah.
2 years. But eventually, when it came to stage, when we went to Berkeley, the rehearsal process was just so smooth. And John Logan's script is very intense,
Yeah.
as anyone who had seen it can attest to that.
Yeah.
But actually blocking it was incredibly easy. I mean, we had the whole thing blocked in like a week, I think a week and a half.
Oh, wow.
And there's also a lot of
You
technical.
guys are just like ready to go. You're like,
Yeah,
we've been thinking about this for 2 years. We're ready to go.
It's like the Avett songs, the Avett Brothers songs are so straightforward. You know exactly what everyone is talking about all the time.
Yeah.
And with the script, it was kind of the same thing. John Logan's script was like, oh, it has to be this, and it was just clear from the very beginning what each moment was. And so it was very easy to like approach it. There were some things, you know, there's a boat involved in the set that is
Yes.
constantly turning, and
Yeah.
that was stuff that like we couldn't really know what it was going to be like until we were there during tech. You know,
Yeah.
being in the boat and seeing how it was going to respond.
That's actually one of the things I wanted to ask you about, because when it first started, I was like, okay, I get it, and I'm super in it, but I was like, I felt like I was in the Rialto, and I get like super motion sickness, so I was like, how are they doing this? How are they singing? How are they acting? And then like finally when it like slowed down, I was like, oh, okay, I can like pay attention.
Yeah.
And not that it was like distract. Well, I will say honestly, the first time I saw it, and this is why I think a lot of people had that thing. They're like, you have to see it twice, because I think especially coming as like an Avett Brothers fan, you're kind of like, oh, what song are they going to do next? How does this?
Yeah.
And but I need to be honest. I am a huge Avett Brothers fans, but I met them through their father. I think I explained this to you, and so I am not as familiar with all of the songs. And actually, when you guys started singing "Hard Worker," I was like.
Yeah.
Oh damn, that's an Avett Brothers song.
Ah.
Like, yeah, and
Well-
but I mean, like just everything, the set, like the way that the story worked. I think it was such an incredible production. I think it was such. I mean, I think you guys did a really, really good job of pulling it off, like from conception to having to press pause for like 2 years, pretty much. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it actually, what I will say is like having, like actually getting to the production after a year and a half of living through a pandemic, it really brought out a lot of the depth in the show for me, and I think a lot of the actors, because it really, like having it be on, like having seen the life and death situation play out in front of us nationally,
Absolutely.
locally, it just was that much easier to connect to the life and death situation that the characters are facing in the show.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, to not to have any spoilers, but when John Gallagher's character was like, when he implores the audience and he says, think about it. What would you do to stay alive?
Yeah.
And the first time I was watching, I was actually like next to someone who had taken off their mask, and I was like, I was like giving like side eye for a
man.
second. No, I mean, he put it back on. It was just to like drink water or whatever. But I was like, yeah, what would you do to stay alive? I mean, I'm making jokes, but no, but you're right. We did watch that play out. And yeah, I mean, it hit home for sure. And I think that, yeah.
Jasmine, just so you know, I think some people are trying to watch it on YouTube and we can't, and some of our fans haven't been able to get it on YouTube.
Okay, tell a story while I troubleshoot. Hold on. Oh no, I have I have a question for you to answer while you're on. I want to know, is there going to be an original cast recording?
Yeah, it's definitely something that they've talked about a lot. It's kind of funny. As an actor, you're kind of always the last person to know what's happening in a production. Like, so a lot of times, like even the set designer will have the job or will be working on it before you even get in the room. I can't say, I truly, and I'm not being coy or secretive, I truly don't know what the next steps are for the show. I just know that there's a lot of passion, both on the side of the creative team, the producers, obviously all of us actors really, really want to keep doing it. And on your side too, like from friends of the show, fans of the Avett Brothers, people who didn't get to see it but heard really wonderful things about it. So I think that there's a life for the show going on. I think probably what people are looking for in the nearest term is a production in New York, but I think a tour could be on the horizon after that. And I also don't know. I mean, I could say this right now, and then like a year and a half from now, be opening a show in Georgia. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Could really. There's
Yeah.
so much, and also the pandemic has made things very unpredictable. I don't know if you heard there are like 3 or 4 shows that closed down on Broadway just this last week. So
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
we're totally through it yet. And I think I get a sense from the producers that like that like right now might not be the best time for it to go. But I think there's a lot of hope that we'll move on and do something by next year. We got it.
Okay. Is it
Oh, I thought I heard I heard no.
okay? Okay, so I posted a direct link to the YouTube stream like in the comments. So who has your phone? Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay, let me. I don't know. I am seeing like one comment from YouTube, so I know that like from a student of mine.
It's definitely going.
So it's. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, it's just if you go to your YouTube channel, it's not showing up. If there's a direct link that we should share, we can put it on
Here, okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, I know. I'm going to. I forget sometimes that you can text from a laptop. For all you people, if you didn't know that I'm fancy, so let me send it. You saw my tea setup.
You saw your chunky gemstone jewelry.
No, you're so funny. This is my protections.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, Sid. So I'm sending you the direct link, and if you can maybe put that on your stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, I want to make sure that everybody can see this.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know if you guys know, this is like pure gold here. I don't know. I mean, just the way I'm asking the questions, just the way I'm definitely carrying this, Adrian. I don't know, just kidding.
Well, I think the amazing thing is that you're doing it like live. You're doing everything at the same time.
Yeah, I know. I really thought I would be getting to eat more. But we're talking. I'll do it during the music.
Technology does not let us eat. That's technology is like, no. We're like ruining your plans. Yeah.
I'm loving the comments. People are
like,
like so fancy.
oh yeah,
Okay.
what are some of the comments saying? I want to know. I can't see any of them.
People are saying a New York production would be great. People are chanting tour.
Tour. I'm there with you guys. I want the tour. I want the show to see America.
Yeah, I mean, no, seriously, we need to make people cry all across America.
Yeah.
And just no, I mean, okay. Even like I'm a new Avett Brothers fan, but I am a serious Avett Brothers fan. I mean, I think they're like the Sesame Street, where they just sing about the general truths of life.
Yes. Totally.
And it's like things that everybody should know, and they just speak to my heart. And when I was joking. We posted a snippet of you guys doing No Hard Feelings, and my immediate reaction to Adrian was like, how effing dare you? Like, I was like, just no warning. You can't just spring that song on us. And then I was like,
well,
but
that was my favorite song to sing in the show. My favorite song in the show. But I mean, I love all of the songs, but that one, like from the very first moment that I heard it, it just like really struck a chord in my and like, my fear of death.
Yeah, no, there's oh man, is it wow. I'm failing as an Ava fan. No, no, no. Is it? I think it's in Carpenter. If I live the life I'm given,
Yeah, I won't
I
be
won't
scared
be
to die.
scared to die.
I won't be scared to die.
Every single time I'm like, actually, I'm such a nervous flyer. That's what I listen to when I'm flying to try to convince myself. But okay. Oh, someone is saying I want the Bandits to open for the Avits. And someone replied, "OMG, a Bandits Avit tour would be bliss."
I,
I agree.
if you're out there, Avits, we love your music.
Avits.
No, who knows?
Sorry.
Who knows what the future holds?
Well, okay, you said that was your favorite song to sing in the play. I mean, obviously it's in May It Last as well, but did you know it or did you like it like, before seeing that? Or, you said that you were an Avett fan before. Did you have a favorite song before No Hard Feelings?
I mean, I really loved Emotionalism, but I have to say it was May It Last, the documentary, that really got my attention, because I was like, oh, I understand the story of these guys now. Actually, both Sydney and Regina, my wonderful bandmates, are from North Carolina, and they went to art school in North Carolina at North Carolina School of the Arts. And so I've
Nice.
kind of like embedded myself into the alumni community there. And that is
Yeah.
like a huge like bastion of Avett fandom right in that school. So a lot of my friends
Good word.
yeah, bastion. A lot of my friends had been telling me about the Avets, and like seeing May It Last, I was like, oh, yes, I get it.
You
'Cause
get it.
I
Yeah.
have to say, this is really sad for me to say right here, but I have not gotten to see them live.
All right, y'all, we need to get them tickets. Please
please.
comment those who have extras.
It's actually, I told some of the Avett fans that came to the show this, but we played at the same festival as them this past summer, and we had a gig lined up before we knew that they were going to be playing on Saturday night. Our tour was like mainlining it. And we had another date on Saturday when they were playing, so we had to leave and didn't get to see them. But I felt like
bummer.
we were breathing the same air, and I felt like that was the start.
Yeah, no, I get it. When I first discovered how much I love them, I looked back and I was like, oh, I've seen them before. But I was there for the opener, and I remember like loving, it was the Milk Carton Kids.
Yeah.
It was like 2016. Yeah, and I love the Milk Carton Kids. I'd seen them a lot before, and then a student of mine who grew up in North Carolina brought me, and I was like, sure, yeah, I'll stay for the Avett Brothers. That's cool, and they rocked, and I was like, cool. And then I just never listened to them again. Fast forward to like 2 years later, I met Jim Avett. Had no idea who he was. We became friends. He added me on Facebook, and I was like, how does he have so many friends? I was like, he posted a picture of his dinner and like 800 people liked it. I was like, who is this person? And then it like grew from there.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I feel a lot of people like have this thing that it's like, yeah, I like the Avett Brothers, and then they discover the community and they're like, whoa, this is unlike anything. And so, yeah, I mean, it's awesome seeing what they inspire, be it community, be it this musical that you brought like such beautiful life to.
Well, I have to say, that was probably the biggest joy of doing the musical, because it was hard. It was like we got off to a rocky start, not just the 2 years of waiting, but like rehearsals were good and smooth, but like we didn't know what was going to happen because the Omicron wave was beginning to happen during tech. Like all of the Broadway shows were being canceled during our tech over the holidays, and then like as soon as we opened, we had this COVID event and we had to shut down for 10 days.
Yeah.
But as we did the run after that, it was incredible to feel people from the community coming out and telling their stories about their relationships with the songs and how they'd seen the Avets here and there. And then we got this huge crate of stickers. The sticker life is amazing in the Avett
Amazing.
I have a sticker for everything, like a sticker for every day.
I know. So I added you guys to reject, but you need to be a part of the Avit Brothers stickers and swag, especially
And
because
there's some stickers.
you create Avit swag. I'm gonna pull this in.
Oh yeah.
So hold on, let me take your name off of there for a second so people can see this. But after my ring light gets out of the way. Okay. How do I do that?
I love that you framed it.
Of course I framed it.
It's so sweet.
What I'm gonna do, put it in my notebook? No, it's on my reflections counter. Okay, so can you tell me a little bit of the story of this?
Yeah. So I've been making prints for a long time. I learned how to do it at a hippie theater that I worked at over the summer in college. And so for the last couple of projects that I've worked on as an actor, I've gone and made a little bit of art. And it's nice because you can make, once you have made the block print, it's like you carve the image into linoleum, and then you transfer it with ink. So you roll it out and you put it down on the piece of paper.
You make it seem so simple. Look,
so
I did
simple.
it.
No, the trickiest thing about it is that it's backwards. You have to draw it on that linoleum backwards, because when it transfers, it's going to reverse the image. So pretty much every time I make some weird typo that I have to fix, or here, I'll show you another one that I made.
Oh yeah, because this was the Valentine's Day version, correct?
Yeah, this was the first one that I made, and you can kind of see this, like the U right here is kind of squinched in, because when I carved it first, I was like, I forgot that there was a U in the word beauty, and because you can't just like read it backwards, I didn't catch it. So I had to make a little stamp that said U. Like it was just a little backwards U that I would like stamp on.
You're like, oh, okay. Well, let me see it again.
Yeah, you can. I think I did a pretty good job.
Oh yeah, you did.
I was so proud, and I rolled it off. I sent it to one of my best friends, and he was like, "Cool. What is beauty?" Is that like it's like torrential or stormy? I was like, "Oh no, oh no."
I like how there was like a genuine question about it. He's like, "So what's beady? Tell me."
Yeah, our friend Christopher Sears, who is just a wonderful actor, artist, musician, he's a very he has a curious spirit. So he was like just open to not knowing what the word meant. But yeah, I should say, if anybody, I have more of these. If anybody is interested in them, like hit us up on Instagram or Facebook.
So I got a lot of questions about these, and I was kind of like, send them a Jim Avett vinyl. That's what I did. I was like, that's what I did.
Yeah, that was the trade. And I consider that vinyl priceless. So guys, I'll do bartering for them.
You'll do bartering. No. Like he said, a lot of people are saying, we want one. Yes, please. That's really lovely. He says hit him up on Instagram or Facebook, and later, not to embarrass you, but I'm just gonna say it, Adrian. Later, I'm gonna be putting up their Venmo and PayPal, because let's tip these musicians, man. They're gonna give us some music, and so and maybe if you guys remain very sweet in the comments, we might do a giveaway. So okay, well, so let's get to know your band.
Yeah.
Can we bring the Banditas in?
Yeah. Come on, Banditas.
Okay, let me. Oh, hi. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Come on in. The water's warm. We're so this is our little living room setup. This is Sydney.
Hello.
Sydney and I met on the train. I was busking the first year that I moved to New York, and I found out Sydney was like the one person that was listening in the train station. It was pretty late at night, and I quickly found out that she was a cellist, and I was like, hey. And then the train came, and I was like, actually, I was about to get on this train. And then the train broke down a couple stops later, and I was like, you want to get a drink?
It was a pretty epic.
It was,
Epically.
yes.
Yeah.
And Regina, Regina and Sydney went to school together,
Mhm.
so I
Awesome.
was hearing about Regina kind of since the first night that we met. In fact, Sydney was when she came down into the subway and we met. It was because she was at a gathering that was arranged for Regina. So
Oh.
Regina may be the real
So
reason
she's
to
basically
thank.
responsible
Yeah.
for,
What can I
everything.
say?
Well, Regina, your fan group is strong because I saw some comments that's like the Avids don't have anything on the stray horns. Regina, your accordion playing is perfection. So
Jeez,
Yes.
thanks, y'all. Oh my God, I really do appreciate that.
I have to hand it to Regina too because she's a boss as far as playing the accordion. She like saw it in a music video,
Like a few years
a couple
ago.
years
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
and was like, I don't want to play that instrument,
Yeah.
and it is like the hardest instrument that you can.
yeah.
pick
But
up.
but it's good to pick up because if you press the right buttons, you're in tune. But the secret is you have to press the right buttons at the right
And
time.
there's a lot of buttons.
There's a lot of buttons.
Oh my God, Regina, you and I are the exact opposite because so I was playing the piano and then I saw someone playing the auto harp and I was like, oh, that seems much easier. That's what I want to play. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the easiest thing. And also, I saw Adele and Dolly Parton do it, so I was like,
Yeah.
that's the look for me.
I love that.
All right. Well, okay. So yeah, the first comment and what I wanted to know was like, how you guys met. And so that was like the first night and everything, but it's quite different. I mean, I have tons of musician friends who I love and respect, but there's only like a few that I feel comfortable actually collaborating with and, writing with and stuff like that. So how did you guys discover that? And also, I'm going to take myself off the screen. I'm still here, but I want it to be, you guys are kind of far back since there's a lot of you. So I'm going to
There's
solo
always-
you guys out. There
Okay.
you go.
Oh, yeah. Hi. I feel like the alchemy was kind of there since day one, which
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
really exciting and cool. I mean, Regina and I had worked together, and then like we went to school for acting, and once a year we would write a song together, like as a tradition, like just for fun. And so,
Oh, nice.
so once she came to the city, and Adrian and I had already like played a little music
Whoa.
together.
Sydney had
And-
showed me like videos of them singing together.
Yeah.
And she was like, I think Regina's moving here in like a couple months. And I kind of immediately was like, we got to start a band.
Yeah.
And
so like
and-
as soon as yeah.
And so then I moved to Brooklyn, and I moved in with Sydney. And so the three of us were all in the same room, and they were like, do you want to go play in the subway? And I was like, New York's crazy. You just moved here. You want to be in a band
Yeah.
and play in the subway. But we did. And I think that we just we kind of almost accidentally became a band because
Yeah.
we really stumbled upon a community within the three of us, and also, in the subways of New York City, it's stereotypically a place, it's being known for being isolated and disengaged,
Yeah. Right.
but actually our experiences were quite different. Like when we were offering music at the time, we only knew 3 songs, but it was
Yeah,
fine.
we learned like cover songs, and Adrian was like, "Let's go to this." We hadn't even like written any originals.
There's a
yet.
new audience every 15 minutes because the train comes, so, we're
so
like,
you
it's
can
fine.
cycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we really found like it was magical like just singing together like songs, but we really found like the spark when we started like writing together. And one of our very first songs ever, called "Sweet Thing," is like a very sort of like all 3-part harmony all the time kind of song, and we were like, oh, this really like, okay, we really fit. Like all of our voices are very unique and different, but together they really work somehow, and you can't kind of put a reason behind
Plus
it.
the acoustics in the subway are just incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost
Yeah.
certain stations feel like they're built for singing because
Oh,
we
yeah.
walk through corridors. And our favorite place to play at is this stop on the G train in Brooklyn. The G is the only train that doesn't go to Manhattan. It stays in Brooklyn and goes to Queens. And so we would play there. It also, like when we first started out, the trains only came like every 25 minutes or something, or 15 or 20 minutes.
The later at night, it just got bigger.
Instead of at like every 5 minutes. So so we could play a couple of songs, and I would always see people busking there, and so it kind of had like it was like a little music venue, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really remember like playing Sweet Thing there, and like just getting to see people across the platform engage, and getting to see people like really tune in on our music was really inspiring. I kind of feel like that was really what like hit the nail on the head as far as, and then we just continued to do our thing.
Yeah. And to this day, when we're still sort of figuring out what we want to do with the song, we'll just like go and bust and see what the energy is, and it's the best rehearsal space out there.
Free rehearsal space, so that's good.
Oh no, I love that. I hosted and helped run like open mics for the last 9 years, and so with my students and everything, I'd be like, no, let's just go, we'll check out the vibe, and then when we're there, I'm like, guess what, I signed you up, it's free practice and stuff. So no, but I really, like getting to know your music and stuff like that, like I really love the fact that there's 3 lead singers, and I love the chemistry and stuff like that. Do you is there anyone that you could point to that's specifically like your musical inspiration, or something maybe that you feel that each of you bring, like your inspiration from different people and how that amalgamation went?
I think one of the things that works really well for us is that all of us do have like different tastes that we bring. But we all really appreciate each other's tastes, and we'll often like show each other songs that like the others weren't aware of. I like when we started Bandits, I was listening to a lot of electronic music, or like weird experimental electronic music, like Nicholas Jar, and like listening to a lot of like old soul stuff.
And I'd say like it's really hard to point to one, because I think we get really excited about a lot of different influences. But I think what's most interesting to us is people who aren't afraid to break a genre and aren't afraid to kind of whatever comes out of them is like fair game, instead of trying to curate it and be like, oh well, it's not folk enough, or it's not pop enough, or
absolutely.
That's what's been inspiring to, like the Beatles, I would say, is a big inspiration, because I think through their catalog, like you really see a lot of change, and that's something that excites us about our music as well, is like we as people grow and evolve, and you can tell that in the songs.
And I think that's the way it should be, honestly, because artists have their journey, people have their journey. So I'm gesticulating here, and I just remember that you guys can't see me. But anyway, I'm all talking with passion. Okay, I have so I want you guys to do some songs soon, if you don't mind, but I do want a question. So right now I have your first names up on the screen, but when you guys start playing music, I will change this, because you guys have bandit names, alter egos, if you will, not so secret identities. And I did my research. I know it's based on like literature, but I was hoping that maybe you guys could take turns explaining what your bandit name means to you, and I'll go ahead and I'll switch it over to your bandit name so people know. Ta-da!
So I in Bandit Land, I am Bonanza Jellyfish. I'm Bonanza Jellyfish. And when we started the band, I had just finished reading this book called Even Cowgirls Get the Blues by Tom Robbins. And there's a character in that book named Bonanza Jelly Bean, who I just thought was like totally awesome. And I like loved her whole energy and her whole scene. And since we were bandits and she was like a cowgirl, I was like, this is the kind of thing that I want to infuse into what we're doing. So
she also has a thing for jellyfishes and other tentacle creatures.
I do. I enjoy tentacle creatures. Right?
You know what you're thinking.
That's not
what about you, Roy?
Great.
As a bandit, I am Roy Dodger, and I think obviously there's the Roy Rogers element. When we started, we were doing a lot of like old-timey country stuff. That was a huge inspiration. And so I was kind of like Roy Roger, like riding on a horse and do some pony tricks and then play a song on the guitar. That was what I was coming to. And also, I really liked the character, the Artful Dodger in Oliver. So yeah, it was just kind of a mashup of those two things. I fancied myself a young ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin.
Yeah, ragamuffin.
I like that.
Thank you.
And Clarissa came, actually it happened really fast. It was one of those moments where they're like, what do you think your band name could be? And I was like, I think I want to be Clarissa. And it comes from a lot of pop culture references, like Clarissa Explains It All. Also people like Miss Leo, sort of like people, and divas, like one named divas, Cher, Beyonce's, but sort of, I think our band allow us to have a mask, and we sort of decide like how big we want the mask to be. Sometimes we're fully another character on stage, and sometimes it's sort of just a light, playful thing that we use.
We invite people to join in and create their own bandit names.
People have made some really interesting bandit names.
If you guys have bandit names,
put them in the comments.
Put them in the comments.
I'm looking at the Mama Jellyfish loves bandits. Mama Jellyfish. Cute. I actually was like, well, hold on, I'll bring myself back up.
Yeah.
I'm eating cake.
Yeah.
Someone was like, oh, good call on the full screen. I was like, yeah, I wanted to eat. No, just kidding. No, so I occasionally, meaning like once a year, one of my students is a burlesque dancer and a choreographer and stuff. And so because I like pull her out of her like safe zone, she makes me do like burlesque, and they're like, everyone in the burlesque world has a burlesque name, and I am so lame. I'm like, I don't know, Jasmine. I'm like, I can't think I can't think of anything. So I'm gonna be bothering you guys for like suggestions. Let's see.
Maybe like high tea or something, like tea and fancy related.
Oh yeah.
And your feathers and stuff.
The jackets.
Amazing. Let's see. Oh my God, someone just said let her eat cake.
Yes.
Let's see. Mimi Jellyfish loves the Sweet Bandits too. Adrian.
The jellyfish clan.
Yeah, Jellyfish Clan is here. Oh, Whispering Alice. I see. I like this.
Yeah. We know Whispering Alice.
Okay. Katie Harmon said Pony Tricks, but I don't know if that was that's supposed to be her bandit name or if that was from something else. But yeah. Adrian, this is going back to Swept Away a little bit, but do you remember our fellow Avett fan? His name was Jack, and he looked exactly like the Captain Jack. Yes.
Our captain. That was like double for a second.
Yeah, well, so, I wasn't there at that one, but someone actually came up to him afterwards and was like, you were so wonderful in the play. And it was like so amazing. And so he just said Captain Jack is my alter ego name.
Yes. Take it when you can get it. Just took in the fame. Wayne
good.
Walked so you could run.
All right, you guys. Are you ready to do some songs? First, thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys off real quick so you can set up your audio stuff. One sec. And Adrian, I just muted your mic. All right. Hi, guys. You guys are stuck with me again. So, okay. That's me. All right. Thank you guys again so much for being here. It was so fun chatting with them. I can't wait to hear their music. They are just setting up their instruments and stuff like that. And so I mentioned a giveaway, and I am anything but a liar. And so, okay, after they play, we're going to do a live Q&A. And so I want you to keep, I know that some of you wrote some questions earlier, but I would love to hear from you later. If you can write your question, anybody whose question gets featured will automatically be entered into winning a raffle. And I have to put my cake down. But basically, they have a 45 out. I'll show it to you in a second because it's somewhere here. But they have a 45, and it's signed by the entire band. It was released just last year, and it's called Love in the Underground. And so that is one of the giveaways that we are doing. So prepare your questions and keep the comments coming. Obviously, while they're playing their music, I can kind of get into the comments more. I'm seeing some people from the YouTube now chiming in, and the Facebook too. So I have some questions from the people on YouTube. They're saying it's empty. The comments. So on YouTube, yes, you cannot see the comments that are going on in the Facebook. It is not too late to join the group though. I asked my friend Katie Harmon to be admin, and so she's admitting everyone in. So if you do want to join, like the other commenters and stuff who are currently commenting about what my burlesque name should be, but I promise it gets better later. But join the Facebook group. It's just called An Afternoon with the Bandits. And let me check in on the band. Are you guys ready? Can you give me a thumbs up if you are? Okay, awesome. So without further ado, just kidding, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, without further ado, here is Bandits on the Run.
Welcome back to our living room. Thank you for hyping our 45, Jasmine. The Love in the Underground single. It's two versions of the same song, and they almost sound like different songs.
They're radically different.
And we're actually going to play you one of those versions right now.
Yes.
It's called Love in the Underground, and it's about
How two bandits met and fell in love.
on the subway.
On the subway.
All right.
Ready?
We're not strangers now.
Finally found love in the underground. I spent my ticket to ride, going nowhere on a train past midnight. Bright city lights flickering by. I'm dragging my heavy heart onto the platform, and there you are, with the beat of old guitar and the song about to start.
Hold my heart, oh,
Let my weight hang in your hands.
there's something right inside your eyes I
Just might understand. I don't know how. What a strange and sudden sound. But we're not strangers now. Love in the underground.
You pull me out of the blue, far from the thunder of the trains passing through, and those streetlights hide the moon. I see a starlight shining.
hold my heart, oh,
Let my weight hang in your hands.
something right inside those eyes I
Just might understand. I don't know how. What a strange and sudden sound. We're not strangers now. Love in the underground.
In the city of a million doors, open one, there's a million more. So is it that your way?
The
Hey,
funny thing about
everybody.
live streams is you're like,
Woo, 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 woo!
Oh, thanks, Jazz.
yes, that song is called Love in the Underground.
Yeah. It's so funny. We entered that song into a contest a couple years ago, a songwriting contest, and it was done out of London. And so we thought we were being cheeky by saying "Love in the Underground."
Because that's what they call the subway
yeah.
over there. It's
Yeah,
called the underground.
And then everybody, when we went to, they brought us to London to perform and to record, and everyone was like, "Love on the Underground," and we were like, "Oh, I guess that's what it."
I guess that's what you would.
Okay, all right. So it's cheekily named in a way that no British person would actually say it.
Yeah.
But we love the song.
Good times.
Yeah.
And the next song we're going to play is off of our EP, our latest EP called Now's the Time.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be the titular song.
Oh yeah.
Now is the time.
The titular song.
I love that word.
We should just drop SAT words.
Yeah.
Just to be like.
Everywhere. We're verbose bandits.
Yes.
Pretty mellifluous, I would say.
Very mellifluous. Extreme, magnificently mellifluous. We should say, like, this album, this EP, Now is the Time, was recorded during the pandemic. I mean, many touring musicians were hit hard by the pandemic. We were on our way to South by Southwest. We were so excited. It was going to be our first time playing at
We
South
had
by
a
Southwest.
showcase. We're like, it's going to be our
We were going to play at
So
the
stoked.
Kennedy Center on the
Oh,
way back.
yeah, that's
And then
weird.
everything, we were in Nashville and everything closed down and the entire tour crumbled. And we were like, what
Yeah.
are we going to do? So we kind of holed up in a little cabin in the woods, similarly in Appalachia.
Yeah.
And we wrote a bunch of songs, and we ended up getting connected with a producer who was going to see us, who had been planning to see us at South by Southwest, but wasn't able to because obviously it was canceled. The only thing is his studio was in Seattle, Washington.
And we were like, well, we have a van and nothing to do this summer, so we ended up driving across the country to Seattle in the summer of 2020. Very armed with masks and hand sanitizers
And
we
camping
camped
everywhere.
and-
camped everywhere, and we made this album out there at Bear Creek. Please come back to South by Southwest.
Oh, we
Oh,
will,
we love
Jessica.
to.
We
would
will.
love to.
We will.
We would really love to.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
fun story. Sydney was just working on a movie in Austin.
Yeah.
And if things go well, then it might go to South by Southwest.
Oh, you
So
never
we'll see.
know.
So we would have a very good reason to go.
Have a good reason
Yeah.
to go.
But we'll be back. We will see you, Austin, soon.
Yeah.
In the
Someday we love
meantime,
Austin.
here's this song about seizing the moment. It's called Now's the Time. Come a little ways and sing a little prayer with me. Not to some old deity or for a future to be, but for the music that is passing right before us. You could blink and you would miss it before you even miss it. It's gone. But if you take up the song, you'll hear it echoing on and on. Now is the time for magic. Now is the time for listening. And all our heartbeats looking for anything you can think, anything that you believe in. Now is the moment shining, and all our eyes are listening. And you and I can listen to all that happens now. Leave all of your lows, your caveats and clauses behind. See what a silence may find. Taking some air before you wear your thin excuses. Just get them out and uses. You can try to find the reason for streaming the season of now. And be the one, not the how. Don't take the easy way out. Now is the time for magic. Now is the time for listening. And all our heartbeats beating for Kingsley had some stuff to say.
Yeah, this is a...
Woo, 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 woo!
Oh, thank you. Jazz, if we were doing this show just for you, I would be happy. You are such a wonderful, lovely, supportive audience.
Yes, in the comments, sound off for
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Yes.
You guys.
We should say, I don't know if you can hear, but like you can't really see it, but we're in this beautiful like vaulted space, and it makes me so happy every time we play music in here.
Oh, thank you, Amy.
Oh,
Thanks,
Amy. Yeah, I love seeing these. Oh, hi,
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Oh,
We love seeing comments.
we do. It took a little getting used to. Well, thank
Love the
you.
suitcase drum,
Yes,
like
that's
Shaky
I stole
Grace.
it from him.
We love
actually.
Shaky Grace.
This very one.
He left it on the ground and I picked it up. No, actually, I don't think Shaky's has a drum head in it, or at least not. Sometimes he plays just a regular suitcase.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's because you stole this one from
I
us,
did.
so-
Yeah.
Wait, but do you guys see who this comment is from though? Check out that profile picture.
Oh, hey. Oh, Captain, my Captain. It's amazing. It is so amazing.
That's the best.
That's a...
Wayne,
Wow.
I have to tell you, Jack, that
that's
Wayne
a great
backstage, he was like, I found my twin. Like, and his brother also came to the show, and you look more like Wayne than Wayne's brother.
That makes me so happy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but next we're gonna play a song off our EP as well.
It sounds epic.
Oh, good. We like to be epic. This one's called Spellbound, and it's about being ghosted. Everyone has either been a ghost or has been ghosted, or has had a night where they're like, "Wait, what happened?" So this song is for you if you're in any of those categories. Ready? Spellbound, you got me spellbound. Misdirection, smoking mirrors, illusional games. Spellbound, you got me spellbound. I'm looking at you and I don't even know my own name. Last thing I knew, I was leaving my glass unmantled, following a mysterious man with a candle. I said, I don't know what kind of sweet talking charmer you are. The fog's rolling in and I'm feeling intrigued and bizarre. Spellbound, you got me spellbound. Misdirection, smoking mirrors, illusion games. Spellbound, you got me spellbound. find you and say, I will leave myself behind. All that was left of you is smoke and a half-drunken bottle of wine. Oh, spellbound, you got me spellbound. It's direction, smoking mirrors, illusion game. Spellbound, you got me spellbound. I look at you and I don't even know my name,
Yes!
God, I love those last accordion chords. They just get so bassy.
Yeah. What I love about playing the accordion is just it's just all right here. So I'm just like, whoa.
Queen Clarissa, actually, that is an incredible segue
Incredible segue.
for our last song of this moment.
Yeah, this will be our last song of set one.
Yeah.
And it's called She's the Queen. And it was actually written in honor of Regina's birthday a few years ago. So
We write birthday songs for each
do
other.
write birthday
It's
songs.
kind of a tradition at this
point.
yeah,
we here at Bandits on the Run.
that's true. We're going to play another birthday song a little later today. But all right.
Yes, here we go.
When I get down, I go all the way down, looking out for angels underneath the ground.
She's the queen.
You guys.
Look at you.
Well, look at you,
Yes,
Queen
Steve,
Jasmine.
good, bandana.
Let the queen eat cake.
Excuse me, it's a macaroon, but
Okay.
oh,
That's right.
hold on.
Yes, milady.
Hold on. Wonderful, but I'm hearing the echo, so I'm gonna take you guys off for a second so you can adjust your audio settings back. All right. You guys, I know I love the bandana too. So you guys can get this on their website. It comes in a plethora of colors, but actually, when I made the overlays and stuff for this show, I didn't know what color was like their official color because they're all like so colorful. But I chose the green. I chose the green because that's my kind of favorite color of the moment. My phone case is green. I chose my green mug. It's all about aesthetic for me, really. No, I'm just kidding. Are your guys's, is the audio back for you guys? Okay, let's bring him back.
You
Hi.
don't like hearing the echo.
Not when it's my voice. You guys can do it all you want. But let's see. Ooh, okay, I said about the bandanas, Mary White said they're awesome. I had to get several.
Hi, Mary.
We make them ourselves in like every color under the sun.
We do.
There are like
Yeah.
multiple shades
amazing.
of yellow and multiple shades of blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We screen cut them ourselves.
Oh, nice. And you guys have shirts and everything, right?
Yeah, actually,
We do.
I'm wearing a little bit of Tasteful Bandits merch right now.
you should-
Oh,
yeah.
That's
Go
bolo
with the
tie.
you have bolo ties?
Yeah, we
Amazing.
collaborated with a bolo tie maker in Nashville, and we made
Special limited edition bolo ties. Did
Yeah.
you get mine on that
Amazing.
website?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this one comment that I found hilarious. Okay, here you go. You guys are so good that you're
Yay!
so good.
Happy to be a distraction anytime.
Yes.
We're
No, but-
practice distracted.
You guys, that was so good. Thank you so much for sharing your music.
Oh.
And I did, it was just on the other side of my ring light, but I did find, I have their 45, so we're doing a,
Oh yeah.
oh, yes, we're doing a giveaway. So, okay, back to housekeeping real quick. Housekeeping. I know things. Okay, so we're about to do a live question and answer, you guys. And so if you haven't yet, if you're just joining us, first of all, how dare you? You're super late. But we still, no, just kidding. We still love you.
Love you.
We still love
No
you.
matter
Thank you
what.
for being here. No, but if you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give them permission so that we can see your name when you comment. If you're watching on YouTube, then you do not have to do this. I will see your name, and we want to see your name because everybody whose question is featured will be entered into a pool, a raffle of some sort, who will get a free Love in the Underground vinyl.
Oh, yeah. Show
in
them
the
other
mail.
side, too.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, one moment.
So
Ooh.
on the other
Look.
side, so the B side of this album is like a totally different version of the song
Yeah.
played by this band. We don't even know this band.
Yeah. They.
Ooh, look at this. They're so
Also-
sultry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys have great hair. Like here and now. It's like come for the music, stay for the hair and the music. No, I mean, and oh my gosh, Sydney, when you're like rocking the cello and then I'm just like, oh, this is so wonderful, and then I get distracted by your hair running around and
It goes wherever it wants to go. I can't.
no, it's
Hair.
no, it's amazing. If I were to swing my head like that, it would stay across my face and just be matted. And they'd be like, "Oh, so you like the slasher look?"
I feel
Okay.
like we both have to practice this move of being like,
All right.
like get it out.
Yeah, Adrian's almost as long as me now. He's getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my little
Well, you like tentacled things, you said. So
Don't hold me on that. I don't want to say
okay, let's see. Let's get some questions. Yes, if you haven't, go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and you can ask questions about the band. You can ask questions about Swept Away. No questions directed towards me. I will be eating in the background. But one more thing though is I flashed it on the screen a couple of times, but let's get these guys some tips. Their music was amazing. They put their heart into it, and so the ticker will be there. They're on Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. If you guys have heard of that one. The PayPal, yeah. Okay, let me.
I want to
Yes.
offer. I want to add some fuel to the fire and say, could we do a second raffle from the Venmo and PayPal for one of these?
Sure. Ooh, I believe we can, but let's see. Do you guys want a chance? Oops, hold on. I took out the wrong thing. Do you guys want a chance to win one of these prints? Oh, they say no. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No.
see it.
So Adrian made them all himself,
Yes.
from start to finish.
Ooh, it says money sent. Money sent.
Seth Avett style.
Um,
I swear to God, I didn't know that he did that until I'd made this already, and then someone was like, "Hey, that's
Really?
that's exactly
That's
what
so
the little Avett brother does." And I was like, "Oh,
Aw.
yeah.
I'm going method."
Scott, I mean, they're both artists, I believe, and Jim is now an artist too. I mean, he's always been an artist, but he's now back into painting and stuff.
That was
But
so cool.
yeah. Okay. Someone just texted me. I said, because I had said like, right, do you guys want to try? And then someone just texted me, why are you playing with us? You know I love to win.
Fair. I
They
guess
did
the
not-
real question
I
is,
love the spirit.
should the raffle be for this one or for this?
I feel like it should be Adrian's choice since
I think
Adrian
so.
is.
I agree.
is-
Yeah, Adrian.
I
Yeah.
should say that this one is specifically lyrics from a song that has not been released by the Avets yet. That was written for Swept Away. So it's kind of one of those you had to be there moment. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
You're gonna crush
yeah, I know.
You're
people's
taking this live right now.
There will be. We're taking the left.
Taking that.
Well, no. So that's the thing. So when Adrian was like, I have a print. Which one do you want? And I was like,
You're like, is
How
this
do I-
an Avett Brothers?
no, I knew it because I had seen the play 3 times at this point. But I was kind of like, why is this man making me choose? Like I'm gonna run away. If I was someone who ran,
You would have just.
I would have run away. But there were stairs there. There was a gate. I knew I couldn't. No, just kidding. No, but I love this one. Yeah, and okay, let's see. People, the print. They're saying the print is so great. So yes, please send them moolah, and you will get something that's not a bill or a tax document in the mail from Bandits on the Run. Okay, so let's see.
So true.
Okay. Sorry, I got them too excited. Now I have to scroll for the questions. Okay, guys, so let's do the more questions, please. It's all just yes, please. It's so great. Let's see.
Oh, thank you guys. I'm not being rude. I swear. We're just watching them.
Yeah,
We're watching your comments on our phones.
Wow, we got people to. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Okay.
everybody.
Let's see. Well, I like this one because it's non-music related first. Let's start off soft. From Danielle Anderson, question. We know you love nature.
Oh,
Plant emoji. Where's your dream location for camping, hiking, and music?
oh my gosh.
I mean, we were just so we got together right after Swept Away. We had a gig in Hawaii on the island of Maui, and we don't know how this happened. It just like a fan wanted us to play at their conference, and it happened to be in Hawaii.
Felt so lucky. But we went camping and camping on the beach and singing to the Pacific Ocean. It's pretty wonderful.
Yeah, we kind of. I
Yeah.
feel like we had a day where we did camping, hiking, and music all in the same day because we did that hike and we camped at night. But then we were driving past this coconut stand, and there was a man there named Mikey.
Oh,
who
yeah, Mikey was
he looked
awesome.
like he was from a storybook. He had like these blue eyes and these like long
Crazy
dreads.
dreads.
And we bought a coconut from him, and he got a machete and like
Just
slapped it open for us. So we played some songs at the coconut stand. And he
while
was
we were
enchanted.
playing, they kept bringing more fruits to us while we were playing.
Yeah,
And we
was
didn't even know what the fruits were.
just,
They were
like,
delicious. We're like,
magical
I don't
fruits.
know what this fruit
So
is.
yeah, I mean, I feel like we have like been to our dream
Yeah.
location.
But-
but
A dream that might not actually be practical that we've joked about for years is playing in Antarctica.
Oh yeah.
And so
I'm the least biggest fan of
If
that
you-
idea.
If you guys
I
know
really
someone who can help us go on a tour,
some sort
to
of station
Antarctica?
in Antarctica.
yeah, we would love to play for the biologists and scientists and all the way down there because
They probably need some music.
yeah,
I'm sure they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
We also on our way there would love to stop in Patagonia. That's another
Yeah.
thing that we have. We made a little card that's our van. Our van is named Rip Van Winkle.
Obviously.
It's an old Dodge Road Trek, and we actually drew a little picture of Rip Van Winkle in Patagonia.
Yeah. So we're dreaming of
That's
that.
like that's a close second. I would
Something
say.
very important.
That's amazing. I am not a camper, but I like resting in the outdoors. Like, show me a nice hammock. Wonderful. You have a
You're a
nice-
glamper.
Well, yes. I mean, I've slept out. My friend had a cabin with a sleep porch where it had a memory foam queen bed on their porch, and I was like, yes, I will do
That sounds
this.
pretty
That sounds like
But
glamping.
yeah, but I'm I'm not equipped.
in a yurt in Vermont.
That was
cool.
Oh,
I
nice.
love a yurt.
That was pretty
Um,
good. I would say.
Okay, people are saying someone said I'll ask my friend at the Smithsonian. Guys, I told you this community's crazy. I mean,
Y'all.
Wait, hold on. To clarify, I meant crazy good. Please, I don't want to get shunned. Okay, someone had a question here. Someone who's tuning in from YouTube. Adrian, this is for you. I actually wanted to ask this question too. So, first of all, I should say, guys, thank you so much. You've been so well behaved. No spoilers about the play, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But there is an instance where, Adrian, you have to do a very quick makeup thing, and so this is already on the Instagram, so I don't feel bad talking about it. So no, there was a short time-lapse vid posted a while back, but will Adrian ever give us a video of how he did all his swept away little boat makeup in real time? I'm dying to figure out how it works. And honestly, so you and I talked about this a little bit, and you were just like, yeah, I do it all myself, and everyone's like, what? But I even feel like that time-lapse video was way too long. Like, you had like 30 seconds to do this.
That was hashtag goals for makeup. That was like if we had all the time in the world, but it's true. We had to simplify some things for the actual show. Shout out also to Megan Ellis, who is our amazing special effects makeup and hair person. She had to design the makeup and then also teach actors how to use it without mirrors. So I can't think of a harder task for a makeup person. And I feel really lucky for you, Jasmine, because you came on later in the process once I figured out how to do it. Because there were a couple of shows where I think I was painting my eyes like over here, and like my mouth over here, and I would come off stage and look in the mirror and be like, ah.
That's the conversation you had. You were like, thank you for complimenting me. There was a while there where people were like, no.
Yeah, and I would also probably when I saw you, my big thing that I would do is forget that I was wearing makeup, and then I would like come out and really look like I've been like dying on a boat for 28 days.
It's a really long show.
And I'd be like taking pictures with people, and then I would go home and look in the mirror and be like, oh, I did it again. But so to answer your question, we had to like really figure it out during the tech process. And it was just like a matter of hiding pieces, like little things of makeup. Everything that we did was these little satchels of like dust that I would like, when I went back into the hold of the ship, I would just like get it under my eyes, or like some of it was actually supposed to be like grime and dirt. So I had one that I would like floof all over my face right before I came back out. And then there are some moments where like we actually had to, like, I don't leave stage for, I don't know, I think the last like hour of the show. So we also had to hide makeup in this little rowboat, and like I would just kind of do it when no one was watching me, and like crouch down and do it here. Or like there's one part where we're like out kind of like in front of the audience even, and there was a little lip of the stage that went around, and I had some makeup like stashed in the corner, but it was like a blackout, or there's a lot of lighting and special effects going on at that moment. So I could kind of get away with literally being 3 feet away from an audience member and putting on makeup, like without trying. I didn't even really hide it. I was just kind of like, but everybody's looking up anyway. So yeah, that's the general process, the gist. But it was through a lot of trial and error, and I kind of wish that I'd taken more photos of of the utter fails of the makeup.
Me too, man. Me too. No, just kidding.
You go to Broadway.
No, we bonded. A lot of the Ava people already know this, but I had a wardrobe malfunction the first time I met Adrian. That was documented in a photo.
I know people were saying that like my embarrassed look seemed to suggest that I.
No, it was your embarrassed look for Jasmine is what they were calling it.
I had no idea. I have like resting embarrassed look face, I think.
For those of you who don't know, no, just kidding, I'm not getting into that story. My buttons came undone. Okay, so let's see. Here's a fashion sense from my good friend Saba.
Hi, Saba.
Where do you get your snazzy fashion sense? Digging the threads. You know, I said this actually, like I commented when Regina first like commented on the show. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need hair care and fashion advice for you, because well, all three of you, your looks are killing it. I'm saying this as my bandana is coming undone, so I obviously need the help. Yeah.
All about the buttons.
Fun fact, I got this shirt and pants in Berkeley at a thrift store when I went out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Berkeley has some good thrift stores.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're all kind of strong proponents of thrifting, and we'll, like, especially when we're coming up to a show or a music video, we'll like go out and use our Bandits on the Run bank account card to like get some crazy outfits.
Yeah. It's an important part of the show.
It really is.
Yeah.
We actually used to live on like right above a thrift store, and like I think
that's handy.
I must have done some really good thrifting deeds in a past
Adrian
life.
has the best thrifting
because-
karma
best.
ever.
I have
It's gonna be
incredible
like
thrift.
Regina and I'd be like, oh, like I have this dress that's like black with like pink roses on it. I'm like, yeah, I have like sort of rose. Like let's do like roses tonight. And Adrian would be like,
I don't have anything
I don't have
rose.
anything with roses on it. I'll go to the thrift store and find like an amazing thing, like with roses.
It was
And
the
it's
worst
like-
habit. I would be like, I would not even do it until like the day of the show. I would just
Until
be
like the hour before we were supposed to.
like, I need to go get a okay, one sec. I'll be right back. And I'd just go downstairs, look through some racks, and then something would just like, jump off the rack to me, and I'd be like, okay, that's it. Yeah. All right, cool.
Right.
Amazing. I'm not jealous at all. Well, so I know Saba lives in New York. Is there any, like in your hometown or in your hometown? No, like in New York, do you have like a favorite place that you guys are your go-to?
All the plus size girls out there. There's a really great, specifically plus size vintage shop
Yes.
called Plus Brooklyn
What?
in East
Yeah.
Williamsburg. It's awesome. It's all thrift and vintage pieces,
Yeah.
and I think they carry like size 12 and up. Because it's hard to find good plus size. You really have to like dig for
I
plus
think
size.
we've built some,
Especially vintage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There have been a couple like looks that we've done where like we based it off
Yeah.
of something that Regina had found.
If you watch the Love in the Underground, the little short
Yes.
film we did that has side A and side B in it, there's this amazing gold dress that Regina wears in like the second half of the video that like she found, and we're like, okay, we're basing all the looks off of this dress.
Yeah.
So, and that's.
I think we might have even based like the concept off of that dress.
Yeah, it was the dress.
It's
was
an
very
inspiring
important.
dress.
It's an inspiring dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like we'll go to like Deacon's Closet.
Deacon's
Buffalo
Closet
Exchange
is
is
great,
great.
Yeah.
You know, but honestly, you can't really go wrong. Like,
Yeah.
in New York, there's a lot of great places.
Yeah, especially in
Awesome.
in Bushwick.
Yeah.
I I told you guys this, but for the people watching at home, I changed 3 times because I really like playing with my clothes, and I was like, I'll just wear the white shirt because I want to put the bandana on, but also because I was like, I can't compete like all of you guys, because it's not just that your clothes are great and colorful, but you guys are coordinated so much of the time. So now I know the secret.
We actually sometimes we don't try, and it just happens.
Yeah, sometimes we just match.
Yeah.
On.
But
Show offs.
I will
No, just
say,
kidding.
our last show in Brooklyn, which was back in October,
Yeah.
I was so proud of this. We got a costume change in the show. We
did.
we-
We had
What?
We had 2 of our friends come on stage and sing 2 songs, and then we ran back and changed it.
Well,
Yeah.
we should
It was,
paint
it,
a
was,
picture.
it was a music hall of Williamsburg, and so we were like, you know what, we're doing it big. It was a big show, and we got the show, and when we were figuring out what we wanted to do with the night, we actually said, we're going to forego a regular sort of structure of the night, and we're going to make it all an evening with Bandits on the
Yeah,
Run.
and we called it An Evening with Bandits on the Run. And because we were we don't want just one opener. We want to have because we've lived in New York for a long time, and we have such a community of amazing artist friends that we want to give a platform to. So we had, I think,
We're taking everybody with us
4
to.
guest bands come on, and we did a song with them, and then we let them do one of their own songs.
Yeah.
And we played a song. It was a huge undertaking. We had a choir.
Yeah,
We had a
we had
brass
we had an
band.
all-female brass
band.
ensemble.
We had a drummer who's amazing.
We
and
We had
Oh,
people
oh, there were-
entering through the audience.
Yeah.
There were planet puppets.
oh right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and
We
then
also-
we got engaged after the show.
Yeah.
Y'all, okay. I need to say, so obviously for research purposes of the show, I definitely stalked your guys' band accounts and stuff. And then I was sitting there, I was I don't know, probably eating food because that's what I do on my leisure time. But I came across the video of or just because you proposed and then you walked into
Oh,
a room full of people that were your friends, and I was like, why am I crying? This is so sweet. I don't know these people. But that seems such a wonderful time. So that was after a big show of yours. Was that because someone posted that they were there at the Hall of Fame? Music.
Oh,
Yes.
Hi,
Yes.
everyone.
I know, I'm sorry, it just says Facebook user, but they said you guys are wonderful.
Oh.
But yeah.
that was the most logistics undertaking I've ever done, because we were planning this elaborate show with something like 30 guest artists over the entire night. We had brought our living room to Music Hall of Williamsburg.
Our actual furniture and lamps and carpets. We brought it all.
Everything, we were doing it ourselves, and also at the same time I was planning this proposal for Sydney,
I had no
which was
idea.
based on a dream that Sydney had months before. She had said that she had a dream
pretty
where
epic.
it was after a big show, and I proposed, and there were all these elements, there was a DJ, and there was an orchestra playing,
Yeah.
and so I got the brass queens, the the all-female brass choir or brass quintet to come and learn a song that Regina had written to play when we came in, and it was just
It was pretty wonderful.
Yeah, and Pete's Candy Store is a place
Oh,
that's super special to us in Brooklyn. It's we started off there doing the open mic, and then started doing residencies there, and it's just become our favorite bar and a really sweet place. And so
Awesome.
Adrian was like, Sydney, let's walk there. And meanwhile, everybody else, I'm shepherding everyone there, all our friends, family, fans. Everyone was at Pete's Candy
I
Store.
sent everybody an email being like, go to Pete's Candy Store, but don't tell anybody. You have to be very quiet. We're gonna turn off the lights around midnight so that when we walk in, it also happened to be our 8-year anniversary
Of the day we met.
of the day
Oh,
that we met.
wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
How dare you? I'm getting goosebumps again.
Yeah. It was a wild 24 hours.
I love a proposal, y'all.
Yeah. y'all
No,
did
but
good.
so I love that because, and I'll tell you why. I mean, obviously, the whole story is incredible. But if you propose after midnight and it's like you party with your friends and then you wake up and it's like still the day that you got engaged and you can celebrate all that day because, you know, usually it's like the logistics are all the day of and stuff like that. And so,
That's true.
Yeah, so
I think we left something at Music Hall of Williamsburg, and we went back the next day, and they were like, "Oh, we heard you got engaged,"
Oh,
and they brought out
bottles of champagne.
champagne.
Oh, so cute.
oh,
I
that's
guess
so
it was-
cute.
It was the day that we got engaged.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I'm also a fan of midnight weddings for that exact reason. Not that I'm planning your guys' life, but do it. Okay, no, just kidding. Okay. Let's see. Here's one. One of the highlights of my second trip to Swept Away was seeing the two of you perform before the show. What a special treat. What is your absolute favorite song to perform to an impromptu crowd and why?
Ooh, that's such a
Multi-
good question.
Yeah, multi-part questions, guys.
So yeah, we actually when Sydney came for the last week, we played during the last or before the last two shows of Swept Away, which was a really wonderful. I mean, there's such a beautiful courtyard at Berkeley Rep, and so we kind of wanted to do something special, and it was really nice to see some of the people who were fans of the show that got there early, just to be able to like have that face-to-face music without a stage, you know. But actually, when Regina had come out for the opening and Sydney was there, we played
on the street a little bit.
after
Yeah.
the opening of the show on the street outside of Berkeley Rep under a big marquee.
So cool.
Yeah, we have. I mean, it's like really our natural habitat is to play unplugged in an open space.
But what's your favorite song to perform and
Okay.
why?
Okay, stay on message.
We really like playing potted plants.
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
Impromptu because it's one of the songs that when we first started busking, like that was one of the first songs that got people's attention, and it's also it's just really playful. But honestly, all of them. I know that's kind of a lame answer, but I don't think we have a song.
I love playing
that-
our songs, but I also love like we do a Beyonce cover. And I think people are not really like with the instrumentation, not really expecting that, and they don't like always know what the song is when we start it, and so just to like see people be like, oh, that's what you're doing, like that's I like you know, subverting expectations that way. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have a question here about, we love the music videos on YouTube. They're so original and fun. Who comes up with the ideas?
Huh?
Us. We all
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's very democratic. I mean, like our band is very structured in a
We're a consensus band.
super collaborative way. So we all write, we all arrange, we all do all of this different stuff.
We direct together when we've directed.
Yeah.
We like a lot of time. We actually joke that during the pandemic we became a production company.
Yeah, because we had this epic idea to make a music video to go with each of the songs from the EP. So there is, if you listen to Now's the Time, there is an accompanying video for every song on that album, and it was, we all conceptualize these things, but again, we have such a cool network of people. Like we have this choreographer, Lane Halpern, who we've worked with for multiple videos. And our friend Garth, who's also an amazing musician in New York, he had never directed a music video before.
Well,
We
he
were
directed
just like,
his own.
Oh, he directed his
Yes.
own, but he never directed someone else's, and we like loved his style. So we're like, hey Garth, come on.
So he directed the video for
Spellbound,
Spellbound, which
yeah.
we somehow
Oh,
we
beautiful.
lucked into this amazing estate, and I think it was only because it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they like it normally is a museum, but they had shut down for the pandemic, but they were still open to having people come and.
They like filmed Little Women there.
Yeah.
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 Oh, nice.
So they let us use it for a pretty steep discount, the Lyman Estate outside of Boston, and it was just like.
So we were so fortunate, and it was a dream come true because when we were first writing that song, we were thinking, well, we really want to stalk around like a historic spooky mansion, and the
Yeah.
fact that we actually did get to do that for the
really
music
awesome.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh, that's so
the
cool.
space can inspire it. Like for Sing You to Sleep, the video, our friend Alona has this amazing
yeah.
house out
Hi,
in
Alona.
Queens. Alona, you're here. Hi. She has this amazing house out in Queens. We were like, okay, let's build this around like the house. Like it's a good dream. You're going through the house, and
But she's done such an amazing job making this house like feel so safe and inviting and warm. People actually afterwards were like, "Where did you find that house in the woods?"
Yeah,
And
it was like by the beach or what?
Yeah.
And we're like, no, it's in Queens.
It's literally like just on the street in Queens. And then we
Amazing.
also, for that video, we dragged a bed out onto a beach.
Yeah.
We got a bed, brought it out onto the Rockaways, and shot at sunrise.
Yeah.
in January.
So it was a very early morning,
Yeah.
but it was worth it.
Totally worth
So
it.
it's a lot of collective dreaming.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I have a quick question before we go on to a couple more. But so you kind of just sneakily inserted it in earlier. You're like, oh yeah, Sydney was filming a movie, and then da 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 da. So I'm like, excuse me, are you allowed to talk about it yet?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, so we met in acting school, so we're all actors as well. But it's a music movie, which is cool. It's called The Midnight Song, and it's about this band that breaks into Arlen Studios. If you're from Austin, you probably know what that is. It's Billy Nelson's recording studio. So they break in to record this album to sort of have as a gift for their mentor who has Alzheimer's and is forgetting things, and they want to give them this record. So I'm playing the singer and also the pianist in the band, so I'm randomly playing piano. And I actually wrote the title song for the movie too. So the rest of the songs are written by Jonas Wilson, who plays with the Heartless Bastards, which is a great band.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Amazing.
It's a scrappy little indie film. So
Cool. What's it called again? The Midnight Song?
Midnight Song.
Okay,
I think
awesome.
Heartless Bastards are opening for Bandits at some point.
I know they're on tour with the Flaming Lips right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, we should say Regina is also does casting. We all kind of have superpowers outside of the band. And
Yeah.
she's been casting on some really awesome TV shows over the last year.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Are you allowed to talk about what shows?
I should not, but what I will say is that it's a very. I feel very lucky to be able to keep the love going because with Bandits, we get to create and we like we were talking about with our music videos, everything is produced by us, created by us, and we get to put our message out there, and then it's fun with casting to be able to support other people's messages, and so it's really feel very lucky to be able to do all of that. It's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. And Adrian, you just wrapped up.
Oh, yeah. I also, in addition to being, I am very lucky. I've got to do some really incredible projects. First and foremost is Swept Away, which I've loved so dearly. And right before that, I was working on a TV show on Apple TV called Dickinson. It's about Emily Dickinson. It's kind of a modern take in period costume on the life of Emily Dickinson, the poet, the American poet in the 1800s in Massachusetts. I'll give you an example. Although I had to take horseback riding lessons to be in the show. I play opposite Haley Steinfeld, who's an incredible singer, pop star, also actress. She was in True Grit. She was nominated for an Academy Award for that. But my first scene in the entire show, I entered on a horse and a top hat with a tailcoat, and my first line was, "What up, sis?" So that's kind of the general tone.
And Wiz
of
Khalifa
the
plays
show.
Death.
Oh yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really fun show, and if you have
Yeah.
Apple TV, I would say it's definitely worth the watch. It's
Jane Krakowski's your mom.
Oh yeah, Jane Krakowski from 30 Rock and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt plays Mrs. Dickinson. It's just a romp. It's 30 minutes.
It's an
It's like a
awesome
30-minute
show.
comedy,
Yeah.
so it's really easy.
Yeah.
To watch.
I just started it, and then I was like, wait, if I start this, I'm not going to get my taxes done. So I will restart it. I will restart it next week. But it's like the first episode alone, it's a hoot. It's
I will
raunchy.
say the character that I play, Austin, is a kind of a dick.
Yes,
at
he
least in
is. You are not acting in this. No, just kidding. I'm just
I'm acting right now.
Yeah, it was.
More about truth.
Okay. I'm excited to check it out. Dickinson rocks. I'll definitely have to watch that. Dickinson is so good. You were great as Austin. Sounds like an amazing movie.
Yeah, it's a TV show. It's actually there are 3 seasons out, and they waited until the last season.
No, I think sorry, Midnight Song.
Oh,
Gosh, Adrian. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry. You waited to the last season to what?
Oh, in the last season, one of my favorite things that happens is that there's like a musical episode, and so people were saying like they forgot that I could sing. So when my character started singing, they were like, "He sings," and I felt like that was my crowning achievement in the show. So,
Yeah, big moment.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love when I'm like pleasantly surprised and I'm like, yeah, people have multiple talents. I know that. Okay, can we do one more question
Sure.
before we do some music?
Yeah.
Let's see. I've lost it. But it said, what's like your most interesting experience while busking?
Oh my god. There are so many.
I guess, what is your PG? What's your most PG?
Yeah.
I've been on the subway.
We actually have a pretty wholesome, magical busking story. We were playing an original song of ours at the Metropolitan G Station. Shout out to that station. And we're very inclusive. If people like walk up with a guitar and they're like, "Can I play a jam with you guys?" We're usually like, "Yeah, sure." And so this man walks up to us and he has like a recorder in his hands, like elementary school, like hot cross buttons, like recorder.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Can I play with you?" And we were like, "Yeah, man, sure." So we start playing this song, and then he starts playing the recorder, and it's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And he's like making up all these like beautiful lines, like we're playing like this like lovey-dovey romance song. And he's like making up these lines, and then he's playing his recorder, and then he reaches into his coat and takes out another recorder. And he starts playing both of them at the same time.
Stop!
And like with himself. And then he reaches into his coat and he's got a third recorder. And he's playing 3 recorders at the same time. And meanwhile, we're just like, are we all seeing this? Like, are we hallucinating this guy? Like, what's happening? He was amazing.
His name was Martin.
Yeah.
Martin Shamunpour. He's from Iran.
Yeah.
And he plays a lot of musical instruments. And so like in our Bandits folklore, we all have like there are millions of characters.
Right.
And we
And
decided
we're like,
with
Martin,
him.
what do you want your bandits name to be? He's like, cousin. I want to be your cousin. He's like, what? We're like, yeah,
Cousin.
he's like, you're
All
just,
our
I'm all of your cousin. And we're like, all right.
Okay,
great.
cool. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you guys keep in touch with him?
Yeah.
We haven't talked to him for a while, but we were in touch with him for a while.
He doesn't live in the city anymore,
Yeah.
but we are in touch
Okay.
on Facebook. And
Yeah.
we actually randomly we went to this show that was happening at St. Anne's Warehouse in
Jungle?
Brooklyn called The Jungle.
Yeah.
And
he was
it was
in
in like
it.
an immersive show, and he's just like, it's about immigrants in like a
It was
refugee
a really
camp,
cool show.
and he was just like there playing the
Like as we were
recorders.
walking in, and he looked at us and like,
And it turns out he was cast in this show, and I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, okay, awesome,
Yeah.
great.
that's New York.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Can you do a little bit more music for us?
Absolutely.
You can.
Yeah, thank you guys for staying on
Yeah, thanks for
and
hanging out
listening
with us.
and hanging out with us and
Yeah.
asking questions. It's been so wonderful to be here and to get to like hear your thoughts on the show and to get to answer some of your questions.
We also should thank our wonderful hosts in this space, this physical space, Hans and Eloise, who are in the room with us right now. They have
Oh, nice.
They have made magic possible up here. We've written something like 10 new songs while we've been up here.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Adrian, one sec. So, hold on. I'm going to take you guys off for a sec, but can you make sure that the stereo audio is on? You suddenly just went into my my left ear. Okay. I am not Sydney, Adrian, and Regina. Let me change that. Less to confuse anyone. All right, so I echo what they say. Thank you guys for being such a wonderful audience. This is just my favorite, guys. And what I love about like doing these afternoon things is like it's about a little before 3 o'clock for me. So I can still go out and have dinner and talk about how awesome this day was. Thank you guys for your comments. Jessica Reed, I did know that that was your question, so don't worry. You will be entered into the giveaway. So, you guys, there's 3 giveaways here. We're giving away 2 vinyls, and Adrian is going to do Adrian's choice of one of his block prints. So, what I would love is for you to keep those tips coming. If you haven't, I am doing this, like I said, because I love the music community. I love our AVIT community, and I love these people. They're so kind and so generous with their time. Originally, I said we'll do, you know, an hour and a half for everything, but then I also said our sound check would be 20 minutes, ended up being an hour. So I think we knew that we'd spend some extra time. So I really appreciate you guys coming here. So let's see. Also, one of the reasons why I created a group, I'm going to set down my cucumber sandwich for you guys. One of the reasons why I wanted to start a group is because for the event is because I wanted this conversation to keep going. Bandits on the Run is obviously, they are an indie band. They want to be touring here, and I've seen a lot of you guys host house concerts. If you are interested in hosting a house concert, whether it be here in the States or in Europe, or I see someone asking if they'll come to Canada, like, yeah, say so in the group, because I host house concerts here and I've gotten to meet a lot of my favorite musicians from, hold on, you guys in my back? One sec. Okay. Sorry, the Facebook comments were saying they lost me for a second. Don't lose me, guys. Okay, so as I was saying is if you guys are interested in hosting a house concert, put it in the group. The Bandits want to tour around the States. They want to tour in Europe. They want to tour. They want to share their music, and I want you guys to be able to enjoy their music. And so let's keep this group going. I've gotten to meet a lot of my favorite musicians from being able to host house concerts. I hosted Jim Avett in multiple house concerts. I've helped host G Love, Glenn Phillips of Toad the Wet Sprocket. Actually, we even hosted Aaron Lee Tashin and John Gallagher open for him, which I completely forgot about until after the play. But yeah, let's keep this community going. So if your question was featured, you are automatically entered into a giveaway or the raffle for one of their Love in the Underground vinyls that will be signed. And then if you send them some tips, I'll post the thing again. If you send them a tip, you will also be entered into 2 giveaways, one for a signed vinyl and one for a block print of Adrian's choice. This is the one I have. Y'all can't have it. Even if you're named Jasmine, I still wouldn't give it to you, but I will happily share it with you guys. So we're gonna have some music here. And also, one more thing. If you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, Berkeley Rep is having their annual gala. It's outdoor in the Presidio at the end of April, and tickets are on sale, and Adrian will be here performing. Unfortunately not with the Bandits, but Adrian will be here performing. And so yeah, he's friendly, and you should come. So Bandits are receiving some wine. Are you guys ready? Okay, one sec, let's bring them back. Oh, hold on. Okay, there you go.
Welcome to set 2.
Oh yeah, it's getting later in the day for you guys.
Exactly. It's tea time for you. It's wine time for us. wine o'clock.
All right, I'm gonna take myself off.
Oh,
Thank you guys. Cheers.
thank you, Jasmine. and-
Cheers, Captain.
and
People
thank
doing
you-
Cheers emoji.
Cheers, Captain. my captain. Thank you guys all for tuning in and for all of the tips. We will make sure that we send the lucky winner one of these prints. Someone is also going to get one of those vinyls. Also, if anybody's interested in a print, then just hit us up on the group or on our Instagram or anything like that. I'm happy to send them anywhere.
And you can feel free to email us as well if you're, we're just banditsontheRun@gmail.com.
Yes.
Pretty easy.
We should also say, if you go to our website, banditsontheRun.nyc, you can sign up for our mailing list there, and we will mail you when we have a tour ready, ready, and hopefully we'll be passing through one of your towns.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will. So, okay, cool. This song, okay. Someone asked at one point what song is most like the Avett Brothers, and this is the song that we always play. It's called "Sing You to Sleep," and it's about sharing the bed with a restless sleeper. Okay. The look in your eyes, honey, world weary and wise, honey. They look to the skies for help. Nobody's there, darling. No one's taking your prayers, darling. And the troubles you got no one to tell. So lay your burdens down and talk to me, my sweet. I wanna sing you to sleep. Lay down your worries, roll out to sea. I wanna hold you, oh so sweet. Give you a reason to breathe a little easy. Made yourself small, honey. Yeah, you've been through it all, honey. But don't put up those walls to try to keep me out. I know it's hard, darling, to let down your guard, darling. And I know I can't change what's bringing you down, so down. But here it's just you and me. So let me give you comfort, please. That's all I need, my sweet. I wanna sing you to sleep. Lay down your worries, roll out to sea. I wanna hold you, oh so sweet. Give you a reason. Breathe a little easy. I wanna hope that you know that when you're with me, you will. I wanna hold you out so sweet. Give you a reason. Breathe a little easy. So I'm gonna sing you to sleep. Lay down your worries and roll out to see.
Woo, 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 woo!
Thank you. We have released our beautiful hosts from having to be silent. So if you hear applause on our end, it's not us. I promise. We're not clapping
It's
for
getting
ourselves
it's
behind
getting rowdy with the wine. It's getting rowdy with the wine, you guys. I love it.
Yeah. And there's a line. Never mind. There's a line like "Don't try to keep me out" in that song, and every time we sing that, I keep thinking that I'm saying meow. And there's a cat around here, so I just want to say that song was for Molly.
That was for Molly the
Who's
cat.
been the mascot of this?
I need to share real quick that so Scott Avett has a thing, "Don't push me out," and there are multiple stickers that have him as a cat. So
Yes, yeah.
I know the Avets get it. Yeah, we get it.
That's exactly what's happening here. I would love. We need to make a sticker for that.
We do.
Yeah.
We need more stickers.
Show us Molly.
Slowly, we're gonna copy everything that the Avett brothers.
They asked to see Molly.
I mean, at least as a sticker, you don't need to bug the cat now.
As a
But
sticker.
yeah.
Molly on the sticker.
Oh, that made me so
Molly
happy.
is asleep right now, so we wouldn't want to wake her.
Yeah, she's got to get her 14 hours or
Yeah, or else it's all over.
Shall we play another song?
Let's play another. So what are we playing next?
Hurricane.
Oh, great. Yeah, this song is about, holding fast to the people that you love in times of turbulence, and maybe like finding an anchor, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't usually talk about this song, so I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Storm clouds on the horizon. I feel my eyes grow wild again. The blood and heat
That song is such a whirlwind to play.
Yeah.
I feel like that with that song in particular, we start playing it and then it's just train.
Just get on the train.
Just on the train.
Often when it finishes, I feel like my hair has been blowing in the wind and it just drops. And I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
Amazing.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna play just one more song. Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see
Oh,
how
we
everyone's
got some
stamina is
crap in
feeling.
8 more songs. 18 more songs.
Well, I think should we do our...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a song that I got to sing in Swept Away. And it was one of my favorite songs to sing because it just really resonated with me. We spend so much time in this world obsessing over the smallest details. And in the end, there are only a couple things that are really important that you can take with you, hopefully, onto the next plane.
Yeah.
So here it is. When my body won't hold me anymore and it finally lets me free, will I be ready? When my feet won't walk another mile and my lips give their last kiss goodbye, will my hands be steady when I lay down my fears, my hopes and my doubts, the rings on my fingers and the keys to my house, with no hard feelings. When the sun hangs low in the west and the light in my chest won't be kept, held at bay any longer. When the jealousy fades away and it's ashen dust for cash and lust, and it's just hallelujah and love and thought, love in the words, love in the songs they sing in the church, and no hard feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone, kept me afraid and cold, with so much to have and hold. When my body won't hold me anymore and it finally lets me free, where will I go? Will the trade winds take me south through Georgia grain, or tropical rain, or snow from the heavens? Will I join with the ocean blue, or run into a Savior true, and shake hands laughing, and walk through the night straight to the light, holding the love I've known in my life, and no hard feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone, Jasmine.
I can't woo to that.
Well,
You guys.
I know that the Aphids often finish with that song, and I know exactly why. Because it feels larger than any small thing in life. And it's so wonderful to be able to sing it with two most special people.
Buy a bandana for this reason. Oh my gosh.
Especially
My
if you're
bandana for
crying in
tears.
tears.
Yes. That's
Oh.
why we sell so many. Is because you gotta have one at all times.
Well,
You
thank
guys.
Jasmine, for hosting this wonderful event.
You are just the most fantastic host, and
Yes.
you're amazing. Your amazing questions and your energy in general, and all the love that you put into this evening, this afternoon. Thank you so much. Thank
You've
you.
been so
seriously.
generous with your time and energy.
I was just gonna say you guys have been. Oh wait, I hear myself again. But whatever, we're gonna power through it. You guys have been so generous. Oh, Adrian, do you want to switch it real quick?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. I was just going to say the same thing about you guys. I think, I was like, sound check's going to be 20 minutes. It was an hour because I love talking to you guys. I think I said, let's do an hour and a half for this. It's been 2:15. Thank you guys so much for your time. And for opening, letting us know your story, for, just opening your hearts to us and to our community. And I mean, I basically, made friends with you, Adrian, basically by the stage door. And I was like, let's do this stuff. And you could have been like, yeah, cool. Never see you again. I'm going to Hawaii. But I really,
things here.
but I really appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. We've been at
strangers. We're on the internet and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Our Instagram and everything, it's just us. So if you send us a message, we'll all see it. And we'd love to talk to you.
Please let us know if you want, if you're interested in a house concert. As we start touring again, we are definitely
looking to connect.
looking. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
people's living rooms again.
During the break, I think, I mentioned that too, and some people were commenting yes, and they were tagging people. So, like I said, a lot of times, after the event, I'll archive the group, but I want to keep this going. I think it's such, there's been so much positive feedback so far. So, to you three, too, please, continue to be a part of this community here and on Rejects, and there's Avid Sailors and Avid Stickers and Swag.
Avid Sailors, we love you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone tuning in. There's so many comments. I promise I will go through them later. But I want everyone, just thank you guys so much. And for sticking with us. We've been at a solid 90 people the whole time. And then I've had some people text me, they're like, is there going to be a recast and stuff? And so, yes, I am trying. It will be on the group. And then hopefully I'll get it to you guys so you can put it on your YouTube. But thank you to everyone for joining us. I'm about to end the broadcast now, but Bandits, if you will stay backstage for a little bit so I can gain composure and praise you some more. All right, thank you guys so much. And as always,
we love you.
We love you.
yeah, say love.
Say love.